Hi, everyone. Welcome to the ParaCozy Book Club. So I'm here with Cindy.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
So I hope you can hear us. You can hear us. Let us know in the comments. It looks like we have Jamie Lynn. I'm early. We love early people.
Hi,
Trisha,
Trisha.
Jamie Lynn, Marilyn. We have Velma. Jamie Lynn. She's such a good ambassador. Jamie Lynn. Brooke.
Hi, Brooke.
We have April.
Hello.
And so, I can hear you. Thank you, Stacy. So just so you know, just want to preface it, I'm feeling still under the weather. So if I duck out, it's just because I'm not feeling well. But Cindy's here. And we're going to try to power through.
Yeah.
So if today's a little shorter than normal, it's just because I'm not feeling so great. So who read I'm thinking you read it. And if you didn't, don't worry. We will recap it for you. So why don't we do that while people are starting to join? So I'm going to recap the first half, and then Cindy is going to do the second.
Exactly.
Do you ever go by Cynthia?
My mom, when she got mad, Cynthia Denise. Oh. Yeah. No, just Cindy.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So we have Gone with the Witches, which is paranormal women's fiction. And I'm just going to say right off the bat, I really appreciated that she didn't jump into like, I've been cheated and divorced and jaded. So that definitely helped. Mm-hmm. She just happened to be 40, and her best friend is her kind of bestie at work as well. I couldn't tell if they own it together or they just work there together at the bookstore cafe.
Yeah, it sounded like one of them owned it and the other one worked at it, or even another store. Because it kind of, yeah. I asked that question to myself. So if anybody knows that, got that, type that out in the comments. I want to know.
Because we were there for like a minute, and then all of a sudden we were like just in the whole kidnapping thing.
Exactly.
So the store wasn't really there. Oh yeah, and let us know what you gave it out of 5 stars. I will say I thought it started a little slow. So I wasn't really sure where it was going, but once it picked up and she got kidnapped, then that's where all the action happened, and that's where the fun stuff happened. So she doesn't know that Willa is a Fae princess. And I was surprised that it had dual POV. I'm so used to reading first person only for these. And I was surprised. Everyone would say, I know some people were like, oh, it ends with a cliffhanger. Yeah. I mean, it kind of did. It read more like a TV episode.
Yeah.
So there was somewhat of a cliffhanger. But she did get like rescued from the kidnapping situation. So that did get solved. And honestly, when he said his brother was missing, Shade said his brother was missing, it was kind of hard to determine, like, was he murdered? Is he kidnapped? So I felt like I wasn't really too worried about that crime because we didn't really get into it.
Yeah.
Right. So it starts out, she goes to bring her friend coffee and croissants, and then she's planning her secret surprise 40th birthday party, even though her friend, because she's a Fae princess, is really like 500 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she goes to her house, and the kidnappers come there because they're convinced that this Fae princess has knowledge of where this missing Shade guy is, or Shade's brother is. And so they kidnap her because they haven't seen her for so many years, and they think she's in disguise. Plus, she's wearing her secret magical bracelet. So she gets kidnapped by 2 guys. It was a little confusing. And then she escapes from them and then gets kidnapped by 3 other guys, 3 other people that are witches. Yeah. She says they look like goth witches. And then they take her to Rome. But she is able to break out because of the magical bracelet that she's wearing that Willa just happened to give her that morning. And that kind of sums up the first half.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think somewhere at the end, she's like 240 years old. And I know that was funny that you said a 240 instead of like she's 40, but she's really 240. I was kind of like, that's like a huge betrayal for friendship. It's known her for this whole time and not to have thought about it or talked about it or shared. You know, I know they have their laws where if you find out, you'll be killed. So maybe that was just things. But as far as like a girlfriend, like I would be hurt. I'm glad that they addressed it a little bit. So instead of just like skirting past it, I'm really glad that they addressed it. It kind of gave me a feel like I'm a romance writer, so I love everything romance. And so once you put the goth hottie in there, I was like, okay, I'm in. Okay, I'm invested now. So, and I even asked some questions of my of my, I don't know if you guys can see, but my millions of little tabbies of all the questions I have. But is, like Willa was, maybe she was, it sounded like her dad brought her to meet the witches, or Faye dad brought her to meet the witches when she was little. Like maybe she was maybe promised to Vlad.
Right.
And which would leave the other brother out. And so in the whole realm of all the series, of course, you'd want Willa to be with Vlad at the end. And you'd want, of course, her best friend to be married to is the hottie goth guy. So as far as like me, that's my brain. And I am just loving that part. I do want to know more. I know I'm kind of jumping forward, you guys. And if you haven't read, I'm not really sure how to handle that, Lisa. Do I just talk about the very ending, I guess? Is that okay?
Yeah, we talked about the whole thing.
Okay, good. So, we have these king collectors that are like a snake people, it seemed like. And I didn't really like that. I didn't like that part of it when they took her. I did like the author that she was kidnapped and kidnapped and kidnapped and kidnapped. That was like really fun for me because I didn't expect it. And usually, as an author, you kind of expect how scenes should be go and how plot is. And so you expect one kidnapper, you don't expect it to go on and on. And so even though it was a cliffhanger, and it was written kind of episodic, that is great. I love that because I actually like this enough to, I would want to read the rest of the series. So I really like that. It was a little slow for me. I think because I just really like the huge suspense and romantic plot in there. So for me, that was a little, I'm not a super, the girlfriend things I love, but I found like, I don't know if I'd give it a 5. I might give it a 4.5 on my end, just because it kept me engaged. I read it in one, couple hours. I read it and I was engaged the whole time. So that's the part of it. Let's see if I have any questions for you guys. So it took me a little bit to realize that I thought that Thorn was Shade's brother for a little bit there. I didn't realize that Vlad was his brother. Did that you guys mentioned?
It was confusing.
Yeah, a little bit confusing, right?
Yeah.
So Thorn, and I kind of wish that Shade would be more proactive. Like he seems to be the prince who kind of sits back and lets his people do stuff. I kind of wish he would have gone out and done more, a little bit more. Right. Went after her, don't send your people after her. You go after her. So I kind of felt like I wanted a little bit more than that. How are you guys feeling? Did you guys feel that same way?
Yeah. Let's see. What do we have? We have, Brooke gave it 3.5 stars, but did read it before. Velma, I liked it. Trisha, 2 stars. Oh, Marta, 4 stars. I really loved it. Velma, 4. Stacy, 4. April, 3.5, but I'm thinking 4 stars. Jamie Lynn, it was cute enough to intrigue to get the others. Yeah. 3 stars. I didn't mind the cliffhanger because I knew there would be one when I started reading. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That helps.
Hello. Hi, Chelsea. Hi.
Marta, I read book 2 also and really liked it. Okay.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
April, I don't mind cliffhangers. I love knowing another book would be coming or is waiting for me.
Nice. Perfect. Like it. I like that.
I did go back and reread a bit because during the initial kidnapping, I was totally confused on who the witches and who were the Fae. Yeah. I had to read the book twice. I'll be honest. Because same thing. I was like, I think I know what's going on. And then I was like, I don't really know who's talking because of the dual POV. I think I'm so not used to that. I'm going to get the rest of the books.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I didn't mind it being slow because I enjoy slow burn.
Yeah. No, it was fine. Yeah, that part was nice. I thought that there was just a little hint of chemistry, and of course, I'm thinking maybe she is, because her parents died. Callie's parents died, so maybe she does have some magical history that we're just going to learn. And they said there was the 4. I'm sorry, my fingers are over somewhere. They said there was the 4 kings, the Spring King. That's from the Fae. So potentially, I'm wondering that the way that bracelet branded to her, I kind of wonder if she's gonna, because it says accidentally magical. Is that the next book? Accidentally magical?
I think that's the name of the series.
Oh, it's in the series. Oh yeah. Okay. So, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe she's going to come into some kind of powers too, or maybe she just stays human and that's okay too, because that makes for conflict for the romance part. Shade can't be with a human, so it's going to mess things up for him. It'll keep them apart, so keep them apart. gives
Maybe
them a
it's
reason.
temporary. Like her cat and her dog can talk now.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe,
that was.
or maybe it'll last forever.
Yeah, maybe the cat and the dog. Oh my God, they were
Mhm.
so funny.
They were cute.
Did you guys like the cat and the dog? I thought that was really, really clever to put the a one-legged
Yeah.
dog and have them arguing, and then the whole like fingers twisting. How many of you did this when you read? I want to know. Oops, my fingers. There was some kind of things. There's this little fey thing they do with their fingers. They braid their fingers. I was like, okay.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Oh, you did.
No, I mean, clearly I should have read it
Right.
a third time.
Oh, okay, it's my fingers. I try to do it right away. Like, okay, is that how they do it?
Let's
Oh,
see.
funny.
Jamie Lynn. I liked how there seemed to be more than one story going on. Oh, yeah, there were definitely more than one. I do plan on reading book 2. April, dual POV was hard for me too. Yeah, that's the only reason I stopped writing romance. I don't like doing dual POV as an author or as a reader. You write dual, right?
Oh yeah, that's all I write. First person dual. I love knowing what the guy's thinking. And when I'm reading, I want to know, I want to get in his head. So I love when I see, even though Shay didn't have a lot, and even Willow didn't have a lot in here, I really loved like knowing what he was thinking, because you don't know what's going on in someone's head when they're just there as a part. And unless she's a mind reader, which at this point in the book, she's not, you don't know anything about him. So I loved that point of the little bit, even though it trickled through there, loved it, have no problem with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just me.
Lynn. I wondered the same thing about the magic.
Yeah.
Marta, Some Like It Hexed. Yes, that's the name
of it.
Oh,
Some Like It Hexed. Okay, that's cute. Yeah, I like that.
April. I love the cat and the dog. Yeah, they were very cute.
They are good. Loved it.
Oh, that's good. So hopefully there'll be more of the dog and the cat in the second book.
Yeah, I would think there would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The animals cracked
me up. Oh my God, the neutering thing, that was so bad.
Yeah. That was hilarious. Oh, you know what? Let's do well, we have 5 book giveaways. So let's do at least one right now. Do you want to do yours, Cindy? Since we're talking about romance.
Grab it. I got it right here. Hold on one second.
Cindy's is the best one too, because she has swag to go with it.
I do. I have so much swag. Oh, sorry. I should have been more prepared. Sorry, I got to see my backside. I have, it is called Claimed by the Outlaw. And Molly did the cover. I'm sorry, Molly did the cover. Whoops. And it's basically, I just gave Wild Bill Hickok his happily ever ending story. It is the first book in a shared world. Shared world come out next year, probably around June time, for the Wild Deadwood readers event. It's reincarnation story, happily ever after ending, and super cute story. I have a bunch of these hardbacks, right? I mean, actually, paper books too, and hopefully I'll get those on my Shopify coming soon. Maybe the next 6 months or so. But they're available on Amazon. I have this, and I have a really cute. So the story has a locket in it. A story behind it is a locket. And so you'll get a locket, a little deck of cards, since Wild Bill Hickok was killed by playing cards, and a cute bookmarker. And I'll try to throw in, I do these little custom these little bookmarkers. I just tear the paper and do a little tattoo thing on there. So I'll put those in there because they're really cute to have, and they're really soft and pretty sturdy and pretty durable. My dog wants to eat it all the time.
All right. So I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 15. How about 11? 11's a good number, right? Yeah, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. April.
Oh,
yay. I don't know. April, I think April reads romance. You read romance, right, April? April reads everything. I believe April's just another book lover like me.
Yeah.
So, hey, April. So, April, what you want to do is you can send Cindy an email if you want to put your email in the chat, and just send her your mailing address.
Yeah, or message me on Facebook. I think April, you and I might have exchanged stuff before, but give me your new address so I'll mail it to you. April. Yeah, she does. She reads everything. Yeah. Yeah.
We're all in search of good books. Whatever.
Yeah, I hope you like it too. But there's so many good books. Oh my gosh. Thank you. So cute.
It is a very cute cover.
It's really cute.
Oh,
thank you.
Everyone loves the cover and book swag.
Me too. I love swag.
And looks like a great read. Yep. Wild
Oh, that's
West.
good. Okay, that's great.
Very
You love
cool.
it. It's totally has so much history in it. I really put a lot of time into it. Even though it's just a 30K,
Mhm.
it really does have some fun stuff. And gosh, that poor guy, he needed an HEA for sure.
Good. All right. So, what else do we want to talk about? I did feel, do we have any, I think the only criticism I really had for the book was that it didn't feel like they were 40. And maybe that's because Willa is a fake 40, right? She's 204. She's an immortal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
then, Callie didn't really feel 40 either, though. Like, or maybe she's just, maybe because there was no like bitter divorce or kids, maybe she's a happy 40.
Yeah.
Maybe that
Yeah.
was it.
Awesome.
So I don't know. Did anyone else get, because I know it was marketed as a paranormal women's fiction, like
Yeah.
PWF, but I didn't feel PWF ish, if that makes sense. I mean, I knew they were 40, but I was like, okay, they're 40. And then after I was done reading it, I was like, are they 40? They seem like they're like happy go lucky 20 something year olds,
Yeah,
right?
because of the wine. I think she used the word wine, like wine, wine,
Right.
wine. You could have changed that word up a little bit.
Yeah.
Do all 40-year-olds drink wine? And no, actually, I
Yeah.
mean, probably not. But um,
But I will say though, like I said before, I'm still glad they didn't have that bitter divorce. I've been cheated on. Like I feel like that's so like used up. Right?
oh, for sure, yeah, you did need that edge. But I would say that the genre is more of a mashup
Hmm.
because you definitely had hints of romance in there. And I don't
Yeah.
know if we say that in paranormal women's fiction, but
Yeah.
yeah, you had that in there. I agree with Callie. Yeah, I felt young. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or the beginnings off old age pain.
Pain. The beginnings.
Brooke, I
Maybe.
think maybe her loss of her parents kind of froze her at that
Oh,
young age. She
that's
did
so
go
sweet.
40.
That's probably
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah,
I mean, I'm 48 and I still act super immature.
yeah.
So I didn't feel like she was 40 either. Jimmy Lennon, I don't know. Maybe we could just say 40 is the new 20.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, because I don't know. 20s. Now that I'm older, 20s seems like such a baby. So even though I write 20-year-olds, because I write for why I write new adult type
Mhm.
of stuff, the it's definitely new experiences. Her coming into her powers would be new. That's at
Mhm.
40. That's a long time. You think you'd know yourself, but I like what did Brooke? Is that you say that about kind of being frozen in time because of her parents? Yeah,
Mhm.
that she
Yeah.
could be. So that's definitely a hurt that she has, which will help as the series goes on with the loss
Mhm.
of Spring King of her girl.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll help with that.
I also feel like that, having all of those different storylines does justify, I think there's like 8 books in the series, right?
Oh, is it complete already? Is it?
Yeah, I believe
Oh,
it's done.
oh,
And
that's nice.
so
Okay.
when you see that many books, you're like, oh, well, that makes sense, right? Because
Yeah.
now I can figure out what's going
Yeah.
on with all those different things.
And kind of a slow burn, not just on the romantic arc, but a slow burn on the story arc, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it definitely is. As a writer, you break it up. How you
Mhm.
write things, your whole story has to follow that. So it's just this huge book at the end. If you
Right.
put it all together and you read the whole thing, it can be this one massive book. So,
Yeah.
oh, how fun is that?
So, does anyone else, were you excited by the fact that she had powers? Like she just kind of gained them? Or were you like, this kind of feels like I want her to have permanent powers or be more excited about her powers when she got them? Because when she found them, she basically just punched that wall in the Roman,
Mhm.
I guess, fortress. It's kind of
Yeah.
sounded like.
Yeah. She definitely didn't know what had happened to her. I think
Yeah.
she's probably just if you're a human and you get kidnapped, there's
Mhm.
trauma. You get kidnapped again, there's trauma. You get locked in somewhere, now there's magic. So I think
Mhm.
about the trauma of it all, plus you're worried about your friend. So
Yeah.
I think that dealing with the magic, it didn't cause her any pain. So
Mhm.
therefore, that's on the back burner right now. I'll deal with that later. And maybe she will
Right.
deal with that in the next book. What was the next one book called? Something hexed, right?
Some like it hexed.
Something like a hex. So maybe she'll start to deal
Yeah.
with, okay, I've got something going on more so.
Mhm.
And did you think it was interesting how they could kind of like hear each other's voices on the wind? Even Callie tried to call out to her friend, tried to call out to Willa at some
Yeah.
point, right?
Well, I guess what I was getting at is the magic just seems so ambiguous, right? Like I wanted to know, can she teleport? Can she
Yeah.
fly? Can
Yeah.
she, put thoughts into other people's? Because I feel like when you have vampires, it's very obvious what they can do.
Oh,
And
sure.
then
Yeah.
when you have fae, usually each fae creature is able to do anything, like one specific thing. But she's a fae princess, but it doesn't really tell us what fae creature she is, right?
No, just that she's the Spring Kings, whatever.
Right.
Spring King would be like light, rebirth,
Right.
those type of powers. But it sounded like at the very end of the book, like she was very rusty. I mean, they had to fly home on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think but she still has some powers because she's able to basically knock her friend out for that whole ride, 14 hours. So she has some powers, but not enough to transport at this point. But maybe her powers will grow,
Yeah, maybe they'll define them more later. I'm used to like my favorite fae show is Lost Girl. So like exactly what each character can do, right?
Yeah, right off the bat, exactly. Yeah.
Let's see. Trisha, I started watching Magic. Oh my gosh, I love that TV show. Have you watched it, Cindy?
No, I saw it. You posted it. Is it really? It looks really good. I put it on my list.
Confession, because I've been sick, I watched it all in one sitting. It was so good.
Okay. That's okay.
So it's really cute. Brooke, I'm interested in seeing how that plays out. I think she was unique because both Willa and Shade were wondering what happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened to her magically, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what Brooke's doing. Jamie Lynn, I was expecting there to be some major event to trigger her powers, but it was a little slow to getting there. Right? I thought maybe she'd be struck by lightning. There would be a full moon. I don't know. Something else like magical. Celestial.
And plus there's zero resolution. So they should have had, I mean, again, this is just me and structure, but boring stuff, but they should have had something resolved. One thing resolved, one lead. I know where my dad is. Something to lead you to the next book. Okay, I know what that is. Yes, our friend got lost. We found our friend and a new problem. But I think as far as the villain, she should have had something else, a little bit more, just tiny. But there's still a hint of it.
I think the first book, all they wanted to resolve was that she got rescued from the kidnappers.
Okay.
And then she seemed very mellow too. This is also why I kind of felt like she was younger, because I feel like I'm more uptight now that I'm older.
Yeah.
But like she was like, oh, the dogs can talk. Well, that's kind of the dog and the cat can talk.
I know, right? Yeah.
But I would have been like, how did this happen? Why have you been lying?
Oh my God. Like, when are they going to stop?
Right. I want the whole shebang. So yeah, I can't remember. There was not much powers the Fae had. Marta, being in the Earth realm makes her powerless.
Oh, that could be it. So okay, did it say that in there somewhere? Maybe that's what it said. Maybe when she left as a little girl, maybe that was one of the conditions. Her dad's like, "You're going to be powerless up there." There's a lot of flirting, but there is.
They go to the Fae realm. Okay.
Oh, not. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm getting that one tonight. I'm excited.
I didn't understand the Fae realm to the Earth realm. I didn't understand how they travel. I think that's what I was confused.
Okay. About. Yeah. A Fae realm, if you felt like, here are your
here are your powers. Then crickets. Yes. I wanted more explanation. He probably missed that about the Earth realm too. Yeah. Because I think they needed to have gone through a portal, or they needed a key, kind of like in Harry Potter, where you need like a special conduit to get from one world to the other.
Yeah.
That's what I think
because her Fae powers were weak and she had to travel in earthly ways. At least on Shade's side, if he's a witch, they could have shown or felt the portal, how it burned your skin going through it, because every time magic equals consequences of something, some negative something. So they could have shown that, maybe, or had him felt it. I don't know. Maybe in the next books they keep doing that. But yeah, it was a little bit slow, but it was okay still,
Yeah. So. Marta, she also found out that her best friend and only family is a princess and has powers.
Yeah, that's a shock. That's a huge shock. Yeah. Like I said, that's like another trauma.
I would need to know details.
Yeah. And wouldn't you be mad though too? Like
I would feel like there were best friends, right? They kept saying, "Oh, we have keys to each other's house." Like, how could you not tell me, right?
Yeah. I mean, at that point, that girl needed a glass of wine. I would have liked to have seen her drink the wine at that point,
Yeah. You had magical powers and you didn't tell me, I would be upset.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's do another book giveaway. We have 4 more books. So we have Out Like a Goddess by April Canavan. So, do you want to pick a number between 1 and 10?
6.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Marta. Marta won the Goddess book. Yay. All right. Let's do another one as long as we're here. Do you want to give me another number between 1 and 10?
Let's do 9.
Okay. I'll just count up from where I was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brooke. Okay, so Brooke, you got Secrets of the Spectre by Molly Fitz and L.A. Baruth. It is the Meowing Medium. Brooke. So if you want, these are ebooks. So just send me an email to Lisa@Lisa Seaford, and I will make sure that you get an ebook sent to your email. All right, we have 2 more, but let's talk. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, we could announce the book that won for August.
Yeah.
So the August book. So I gave you 6 choices, and the video was definitely not me on camera. I was just going through those. But it looks like Psychic Undercover with the Undead, a Southern Psychic Mystery Romance.
So cute.
By Amy Gibbons is the winner by 34%.
And that looked really cute. That looked really cute. I just like that was the FBI, and I love that. I love crime stuff.
Yep. Where it's kind of like True Blood. It's known. Like, we know there are like supernaturals, and then you have earthlings, humans, non-supernatural people. So yeah, I'm excited about reading that. So yay. All right. What else do we want to talk about this book? Anything I'm missing? I feel like we can't really talk about too much because I honestly, unless anybody else knew the answer, I was confused on the witches and the 2 guys, Shade, that were doing the kidnapping. Why were there 2 groups? Did you get that?
Only thing I think of is that the King Collector sent the witches. Maybe there's like a bad witch people, some bad, because basically Shade is a witch, and he rescued Callie from the first witches, right? Or were they Fae? Super confused too, you guys. Yeah. But I just could figure that they were sent since the Bone Collector already had Willow's father. He came after his daughter, but again, he got Callie instead. So yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So I guess I was trying to figure out, like, are the Fae the good ones, and the witches are the bad ones?
I don't think it's that. I just think they're just different. They're just
2 separate factions.
Yeah, and they've had this treaty between them for years. And this third party, this collector, is the one who is coming in and making chaos, and so that's forcing the witches and the Fae to fuse together to work together. So which then book 2, so it comes together. Kind of like right? Oh, what was that? Oh, I was
going to say this was the one we were talking about.
Yes, they don't have the secrets like that. That's a big deal. That was a big deal to me. I was like her. I mean, she did kind of address it a tiny bit. At least it was. At least she didn't address it. Nothing. At least she didn't do any. Just like like magic bracelet. Whatever. She didn't do that. At least. So.
She was so calm. I would be livid. Yeah, I would be livid too.
Oh my gosh, she was so calm. Yeah, I would be livid. Exactly. The thing that I was the whole time. Were you guys doing this? No, don't eat the food. It's like Wonderland. You don't eat the food in the magical realm. And I think part of that was she ate the food, and therefore she's now magical. It's kind of like, do you remember? I don't know if you guys watched Sookie Stackhouse or True Blood. Of course, I watched it when they were giving everybody the beautiful light pears. Eat the pear, eat the pear. And so he's like, I ain't eating the pear. And yeah, that's exactly the same way. So I kind of think that has something to do with her magic.
I mean, has nobody read Snow White?
Exactly. Don't eat the apple, right? Yeah.
All right, let's see. Trisha, what day in August? It's always the middle of the month. So we're going to do book club on August 17th. So always Wednesdays, just like Cozy Escape. So Jamie Lynn, that's what grabbed me. Sorry.
The food? Is that what you mean? The food grabbed you?
Oh, I think this is like from 3 minutes ago, maybe. April, I was so busy I
Okay.
forgot to vote because I'd read it. Yeah, I put it out at the last minute because I all weekend I was like, surely I'll feel better, and I never did. So I just recorded that other video. Brooke, I went to my August books and I already own it.
That's
That is
awesome.
funny. That happens more than I like to think about. That happens to me too. Luckily, that's why I only buy from Amazon. I know everyone's like, try to spread it out. And I'm like, but I might end up buying things that I already own.
Yeah.
Is Shade a witch?
Yes. Shade's a witch. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, everyone's confused. Did anyone get the feeling that when her best friend gave the bracelet, she may have sensed something was going to happen?
Yeah, probably.
I didn't. Like the first, because it was a paranormal, I was like, I thought maybe the bracelet is like one of those mood ring bracelets, right? Like, because she said she felt bad and it was supposed to like vibrate or something. I didn't know the whole thing was like some super magical, like talisman thing. Did you?
No, I didn't really get that in the first. I mean, it's paranormal, so you're gathering that something's going to happen, But yeah. Oh, yes, you did. See, she did. I agree with you. Yeah.
Right, I agree with you. Velma, good. That's on Wednesday. Yes, we always do Wednesday. Breaks up the week. Jamie, it was the FBI. Yes.
Yep, me too.
I actually like the FBI angle. Marta, I didn't either. All right. I think she's talking about we can figure out the bracelet thing.
The bracelet, yeah.
All right. We have 2 more book giveaways, so let's do those. We have the next one is from Mona Marble, who I know is super popular. The Ghost of Mystic Springs. So this is the Mystic Springs Paranormal Cozy Mystery Series, and this is the first book in the series. Do you want to give me a number between 1 and 10?
Let's just do 4 this time.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's Marta again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Marta, you also got the Mona Marble book. And we also have another giveaway. It is book 2. Melinda Chase has offered to give up the second book in the series. So you want to give me another number between 1 and 10?
Let's just do right in the middle. Let's do 5.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jamie Lynn.
Awesome.
Yay. All right. So let's make sure I got this right because I do mess up the book giveaways. Brooke is, April won your book.
Yep.
Marta won Out Like a Goddess and the Mona Marple book. And then Brooke won Secrets of the Spectre by Molly Fitz.
Thank you.
And Jamie Lynn won the second book in the series, Some Like It Hacks, which I can't remember, Jamie Lynn. Hopefully you didn't buy it already. I know some people said they bought it. So if you bought it, I can always ask her to give you book 3 or book 4 if you already have that. So just let me know. Yes, no. All right. So I think that's it. Did we want to talk about anything else in the book though before I go? Anybody got anything else? What are you doing the rest of the night, Cindy?
Probably is going to be working for a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm not on deadline per se, but I definitely have a chapter I need to get going on. So I'll do that, play with the dogs for a little bit, try to watch them. Oh, I'm watching Midnight Mass. It's I Love Vampires. So it's a little twist on that. It's crazy, but I love it. So it's a little spooky horror-ish a little bit. So yeah.
Nice. Anyway. I'm going to be vegging on the couch, trying to relax.
Yeah, it'll be a veg a little bit.
April, happy to have ParaCozy Book Club.
Yeah.
Thanks. We are too. Marilyn, what do we guess the collection is for? Wait, what is she talking about?
What do we guess?
Wait, elaborate.
Oh, the King Collector? What's the collector? I don't know. I have no power. I'm always thinking power. People have power, magical powers. And so he would basically hold them and make them do things for him, world domination and stuff. That's what I'm thinking of. It's always power, right?
I always feel like it's only helpful to kidnap somebody else with power if you have the ability to suck the power out of them.
Yeah. Well, did you notice though that when that kind of happened to Callie when she was on that cross thing, it was coming at her, trying to go in her. The darkness was trying to go in and trying to take off her bracelet. So I think it does have the power to suction out, just that for some reason the bracelet protected her. And then of course Shade arrived just in time, right? So
Marilyn, yes, the King Collector. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marta, hey, Brooke, I have the same problem with buying books I already have.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
I'm glad I'm not alone. Powers,
Kayla,
powers.
Powers, yes, definitely. Definitely excited. ParaCozy Book Club is that great. Powers makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining and bearing with me while I feel a little under the weather. But I'm excited, and I will see everyone back here next month. I will put out the things. Cindy will be hosting with me again, and we will be reading. I already forgot what book. We will be reading Psychic Undercover, the FBI series.
Super cute.
So, all right.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye, everyone. Thank you.